you know what? Lately, there have been more birds outside than ever before. I don't know what's going on, but they're having a bird party. They clearly don't have to practice social distancing. Anyhow, we're gonna make a place for all these birds to live in because they need to quarantine too. So we're gonna make a birdhouse. There's certain supplies that you need to make a birdhouse. You can find this around the house. Now, I have a milk carton that I'm gonna use as my base to make my birdhouse. It's like the actual structure, but you don't have to have a milk carton. You can use popsicle sticks to create a box, okay? Just like we did when we did the log cabin. But instead of the logs, we use popsicle sticks. So you're gonna need something as your base. I'm using a milk carton, popsicle sticks. You're gonna need an X-Acto knife. Don't you try to use this. You ask your family to use this for you. You know, these are for you. This is what you get. See this plastic? You can use this for what we need. And you're gonna need some paper and no shelter in place for you. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to move all of this over here. I don't need the scissors here. You know what supplies we need, not that many. The first thing I gotta do is I've got to separate this milk carton. Just make sure it doesn't stink. Thank God. I thought I was gonna die. Okay, so I'm gonna actually take this top off because it creates more pressure with the top, less pressure with the top off. I can like maneuver it. Well, maybe I don't want to maneuver it. Maybe if it's harder, the X-Acto knife will go through it faster. Let's see. Shing! They have little X-Acto knives here. This is what I use with my student. Yeah, so there's two kinds of X-Acto knives. I'm gonna use this one because it has a harder handle for me because I have big hands. But I use this type of X-Acto knife with my students. It's thin, it's easy to use. You still have to be safe, but you know, families, you might want to get one of these for the kids. It's really small. This is way too much. So I'm gonna take my marker, because you're gonna need a marker. I'm just gonna make a line around how tall do I want my birdhouse to be. Because I'm gonna use the top of this to actually already have my roof of my birdhouse already ready. So this is called using what we got to make what we want. Okay, and I've got a milk carton, and I was like, well, I went outside this morning, you guys, to walk my dogs, and there were so many birds. I felt like I was in a rainforest. And I was like, I bet you my students are also hearing these birds. We need to find a place for these birds to quarantine. Okay, so look, I have a line that goes around. Can you see that line, cameraman? Can you see it? Okay, so that's where I'm gonna cut right there. Now I'm going to safely cut. I have my hand way up here so I don't get hurt. And I cut. And I cut, and I cut, and I cut, and I cut. Hi-ho, hi-ho. It's on the working on. This really goes. Oh, be careful. Be careful once you get to that. This is testing my strength. I am the cutting master. Okay, always close it. You don't want to accidentally get hurt. Okay, I have this side. I have this side. If you chose to use this side, you would need to make a roof. I'm going to go use this side because the roof is already there. The roof is on fire. Y'all don't know about that. But see this part right here? I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to leave it. That's part about experimenting. I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna leave this. If I left this, what could I do with this? Send me pictures of what you do with this part of the birdhouse. I think that the birds are gonna be cold. I'm cutting it out and I'm gonna cover it up. So I'm gonna take my X-Acto knife. I really don't know how big this little tabby thing is, but I'm just gonna cut a big circle around it. I just feel like it's gonna be in the way. You weren't invited to the party. We said we were making bird houses around there so you can see. And then here you come with this top thing. No one asked. You are hereby eradicated. Bah! Okay. Anyhow, so now there's a hole in the roof. It better not rain. Now we're gonna cover this hole in the roof with popsicle sticks. But before we do that, we want to create a way for the birds to be able to go into the birdhouse. Right now they're like, ugh. They're like, ugh. They're like, ugh, ugh. Only if they're falling from the tree, they're like, ugh, right? So we're gonna cover this up, and we have to make another way for the birds to get in. So I'm gonna use my handy dandy. You can use scissors. You can always use scissors and cut a hole and then patch that hole back up. Well, actually, you know what? Let me use my scissors so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna use the babies. And I'm literally just gonna go ahead and cut right from the bottom. And you're like, but it's not supposed to be there. See how I'm cutting? Cameraman. It's hard for me to make it to where you guys can see. I want my hole to be here. So I am, oh, that's a seriously wacky hole, huh? It's not quite round, but you know what? So what? I'm gonna try to round it out a little bit, and then I'm gonna quit. There. I mean, I don't mean quit. I mean just that thing. We don't quit. Okay, so now we have this. We're gonna close this up, don't worry. We have to now use our popsicle sticks to create the whole roundabout of the entire birdhouse. But look, even if birds go in, imagine this was a bird. Oh my God, look at this new house that this child made me. Yay, come on, all babies. No. Bird, fall, no life. Now, we have to make a floor. We're gonna do the same thing like we did the log cabin. Let's set this to the side. We are going to actually measure out by using our marker that I can't find. I got a different one. I like purple anyway. And I'm gonna create the square. See what I'm doing, cameraman? I'm creating a square. And keep down here. Okay, so now I've got that square. That's the size of the bottom. And I'm not gonna quite cut it out yet. Let's leave it like this because we'll cut around it. You're gonna take your popsicle sticks, you're gonna line them up. And it's okay if they're longer than the square. Hey, Bubs. You hear Bubs? That's our bird. He's like, you're making a house for someone else. You're not focused on me enough. It looks like it's taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just lining it up, friends. I'm just lining it up. I miss you guys so much. I'm just lining it up. Okay. It's lined up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to take 2 popsicle sticks and glue one like this and one like this, just like when we made the rafts. Okay? Henry, are you warm? Henry, are you ready? He's feeling hot, hot, hot. He's feeling hot, hot, hot. He's feeling hot, hot, hot. But he is hungry. Okay, he's got to let it out a little bit first. Let it out. Dun, 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 hey. That was a song that my parents would play, and I think I was 9. Can you see what I'm doing, cameraman? Down here, where the project is at. It looked like he had enough juice. Hold up. I know. Why are my hands not working right? Okay. Oh. Oh. It's okay. It dries. This is going to be the bottom of our birdhouse. See? Our birdhouse is going to sit just like this. So the birds, they can come, they can sit right there, they can chill, you know. Maybe we'll make them a chair, a bench, something. They can sit right there. And then now first, let's go ahead and glue this on. Henry. Dang, Henry's like, I want overtime. Overtime. Here we go. And I'm gonna be very, you kind of gotta go fast because Henry, he starts getting tired and then the glue starts drying up. You know how he gets temperamental and rude. We talked about that before. Rude, Henry, just rude. Now we have, now we have that thing we made where we lined up the popsicle sticks and we put 2 across. So we lined them up, doot, 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 and then we put 2 across, which is perpendicular, but the 2 popsicle sticks are parallel, right? So we put, you could put 3 to make it stronger. This is the floor. Now when the birds go in, they have some place to sit. We've got that. We've got to do something about these sides in the roof because the birds are going to be like, that's a milk carton. That looks like that we're not living in there. So I am going to, let me remind you guys again how to cut and measure the, okay, so let me show you guys again how to cut and measure the birdhouse. Now you could choose to have your birdhouse roof long like this because this is how we're going to just glue it down like that, right? Or you can choose to break the popsicle sticks. And this is how you're going to break them. First, you're going to measure them. See how I measured it? Let's see. I want it to be about right there. I don't want it to be that long. And now I'm going to do this pop and snap. Pop, snap. Done. Now you've got what you want. You're going to take your popsicle. You're going to take your... You're actually going to take this and measure 1. How many do I think I'm going to need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like I'm going to need 5. 5's our magic number. 5's our magic number. Let's see how many we might need here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is our magic number. Okay. So we're going to do 5 all around. So I need to make 5, 10, 15, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. Times 5 popsicle sticks. 4 times 5 is 20. Now we're going to need another 5 and another for the roof. 20 plus 5 more is 25. Plus 5 more is 30. Okay, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna make my 30 of these. Crazy. You make yours. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. Now, I measured the sides here. How long are the sides? What I did was I took my popsicle stick and I put it, can you see? I put it here and I took my marker and I drew a line. I want it to come right to the top. Because if it doesn't, when you try to put this down, it'll be like this. No, you don't want that. So you have to measure. So I measured and then I broke it there. Right? And so these are the pieces that are going around here. I made 20 of them. Now you're probably wondering, what are you going to do about that hole? Well, what I did was I measured again. I just took the popsicle stick, I put it here, and I measured, and I made little tiny ones. So I put a little tiny one there, a little tiny one there, and then a little tiny one here, and then a little tiny one there. That simple, okay? So let's do some of these. But it's not always simple to everybody. You know how I feel about that. Okay, that simple is just a phrase. Let's start off by putting some of the top parts on. Some of the top popsicle sticks. Start covering up this hole that's just... I'm gonna put the glue right on here so that it's easy for me to just go ahead and press that and press that. We're covering up this hole, so you know that's one of the main goals. This hole has got to go. This hole has got to go. Yay, you're coming together. Uh-oh. See, you don't want the roof to start popping off already. This bird's gonna be like, well, who made my house? This roof has got to go. This roof has got to go. Oh, man, it dried. See, we leave the hot glue too long. Henry, we had an agreement. We said not on this project because, so I'm going to keep going here. Then I'm going to keep going over here. Oh, I can actually just do this really quick. We could do this together. You guys doing yours? Did you guys get to cut all your pieces? Oh, I still have more pieces to cut. Let's see. Yeah, so some pieces are a little bit longer than the others, but that gives it a rustic flair, you know. Now let's do the side here, which we probably should do the side first, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna put this hot glue here. See how we're creating? We have our pieces that go around the side, which we know we needed 20 of, and we measured them. So now they're gonna fit right onto the side there. You see that? Let me get another one. Let me get another one and another one. I like to have the round part going down because you can't really see the part up. You see that? See what I'm doing? I love it. It's coming together. Okay, so let me finish putting mine around. You finish gluing yours around, and I'll see you when you finish gluing yours around. Okay, so I'm almost getting there. I have this side, I did that side. I put a little bar at the top. Oh, my glue's falling off. I put a little bar at the top to cover up the roughness of the breaking of the just to make it look smooth, so that the birds are like, wow, I want to live there and I don't want to live anywhere else but there. We're gonna hold it and let it dry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now let's finish put. Oh, okay, let's do this front part. Remember we were talking about the little pieces that are gonna go above the hole. So I cut these little tiny pieces. I know, Bubs. Bubs got advice. He's like, yeah. So make sure it's right. This is gonna be definitely for a little tiny bird. Little tiny bird house. So I'm gonna take this little tiny piece I made here. I'm putting glue on it. I am going to place it at the top. Cover that up. And I need another little one. I've got another little one here. These are like the pieces that I used that I clipped off of other pieces. They are now coming in handy. There we go. I'm gonna do the same thing I did. Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing I did on the back here and cover up the roughness of this here. Hopefully my glue doesn't dry fast like it did before. And just place that there. You stay! Place that here. It's not straight, but hey, it's rustic. Here we go. Now I'm gonna put another little piece down here. Gotta make sure that's, because it's the bird, you gotta disguise it for the birds. You know, it can't look like, oh yeah, a human made this for me, because they're gonna be like, I don't trust it. So you wanna really just everyone's gonna do this differently. Everyone's gonna do it differently. You just gotta, your goal is to cover the birdhouse with the popsicle sticks in a way where the same amount of popsicle sticks are on each side, on the top and the front and in the back. And now I have closed that area that we cut to make the hole. You see? I'm gonna try to cut. That's me trying to get a very small piece of popsicle stick. Because, you know, I'm like, this is like really bothering me right here. There we go. Yay. Much better there. Do I have any more sides to go? Oh! Roof. I want to put one of these pretty protective things here. You see this? I'm going to put this across here just to make it nice and smooth. Architecture. Oh, Henry, we might have to take you to the doctor, boo. There could possibly be a sub for Henry. Just so you know. Okay, so I clearly don't have enough sticks yet for the top here. So I'm going to break a few more. 1, 2. See, I'm going snap, 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 snap. Okay, so let's just put the glue here because here is being temperamental. So it's easier for us to just do it that way. We're going to meet you where you are, Henry. We're going to meet you where you are. Look at how I'm just stacking these on. Stacking them. It looks so beautifully straight on this side. The other side is the creepy bandit side. Remember in JoJo's Flying Circus, the creepy banditry? That's what the other side is. Okay. If you guys haven't seen the JoJo's Flying Circus, that's such a funny story. But come back. She wanted to be a karate master. So do I. Oh, my chances are pretty low. Oh my goodness, look at my birdhouse. It is coming together. My roof is almost done. The roof is on fire. No, I hope not. This is too much work. Now I put another bar there. Now, look at this beautiful birdhouse. We have to have a way to hang the birdhouse. But we also need a thing called a perch. Now, perch is something that kind of stands outside of the hole here so that the bird can choose to just chill out on a tree branch. So I'm going to use this stick. You can use a popsicle stick. You can use a stick you find outside. But it has to be a sturdy stick because if it's a twig, the bird's going to stand on it and the bird's weight is going to... Okay, so we have to remember about weight. Just like the popsicle stick, these are pretty easy. But we still want to make sure there's no sharp edges because these sticks get sharp. Henry, one last task. Here we go. I'm going to load this on. Like, load it. Because I don't do this. But Henry is sick. He is not giving me the glue I deserve. See how I loaded that? Now I'm going to just simply place it in there and let it get really comfy. I gotta hold it. I gotta hold it. I'll be right back. Okay, now, how is this going to hang in a tree? Like, really hang in a tree. I need to put a hole here. Here. See? Right through here to come to the other side and here. So I just need to stick a hole through there. I'm going to use my X-Acto knife, but you can also create the tool that we talked about where you take the tape and you wrap it around. Oh, well, some of you friends may have not seen that one, but what we do is to make a safety drill, like a makeshift drill. We take tape, And we wrap it around one side so we don't cut our hand. Now we have something that we can hold we can hold it won't cut our hand. And we can do this. Yay. No cut hand, no cut hand. Okay, so we have to get a string into here. I'm gonna cut off these extra pieces. Okay, we gotta get a string in here. So I have a piece of string. Right? I've got to fish this string through. I think I might have a hard time. So I am looking for something. I'm gonna try it. If I could just get a piece in there. Just a piece. Come on. You're welcome to come through. Come on. Come on. I got one strand through of this string. One strand. Let me use my tool to try to push. I'm using my tool to try to push this string through here, and it worked. So now I have something like this. I'm gonna just go ahead and tie a knot. Can you see the knot that I'm tying? Tying a knot. Everything is down here until we pick it up so you guys can see what you've done. I have a hard time tying knots. Is this a knot? Oh, that's not a knot yet. You guys, I have a hard time tying knots. I'm sure some of you guys have a hard time tying knots. And if you have a hard time tying a knot, then make sure you have your family help you. I think I got it this time. Come on. Come through. Come through. Here it is. Okay. Whoa. It doesn't intrigue me all the way because as an artist, I think it needs some color. So, once you're done with your birdhouse, which is absolutely awesome, you can choose to put some cotton or some grass or some dry grass in there and maybe the birds will come. But first, we need to paint this birdhouse. I'm going to start off, make sure you have your paintbrush, your water, paper towel, and whatever paints you have in the house. This is the only paint colors I had. I had red, green. This is old white. Oh man, it's too old for me to dip into. Red, green, and a little bit of black. That's it. Let's see what we can do. I figure since it's a birdhouse and it's out in the forest, that we just go ahead and utilize this green since this is what we had. And painting it also gets rid of those pieces of the milk carton that but you know what? I love the popsicle stick look too because I love wood. I love when things look like wood. I'm a hiker. Me and my friend Stephanie, we go hiking. Just love it. Love the woods. Okay. Love the woods. And just paint everything. See how I'm painting the top? I'm not like you could add a design later on, but you want to have like a base color. So my base color is this green here. See. Bye bye, milk carton. We no longer know that you are here. Oh yeah, I love this rich green. Uh-oh, that same side popped off again. Well, this is a good time to be able to fix stuff. At least it popped off before the birds tried to go in it. Oh, I see what's happening. Anyhow, I'm going to reinforce some parts that are flopping off like this one right here. This is popsicle stick. This was when Henry wasn't doing his job well. We are just adding a little bit more glue. And we're going to hold it. Okay, so I'll be right back with the rest of mine painted. You paint yours. I don't want you painting yours like mine. So we're going to pause. You paint yours, and then I'll be back. Yay. But you know what? So I finished painting it. I made my perch. It looks like I blended the colors here on the floor, as you can see, and it made like an orange. I don't know how that orange happened because those colors aren't present, but anyhow, it looks so awesome. I'm gonna hang it outside. But I was thinking I wanted to have something that will make it like shine, so the birds will be like, what is that shiny thing? And then the sun will reflect on it, and then it'll make the birds come to my birdhouse first. So I'm just gonna put two little shiny eyes pointing towards my, and then let's make a heart just to tell the birds we love you. Oh, I'm gonna hang this outside. I'm gonna make sure that I'm 100 feet away from anyone before I hang it up. And now we chirp, chirp, chirp. Look at that. My birdhouse. Look, and then when the wind blows, it'll turn around. When the wind blows. When the wind blows. Have fun, you guys. So cool.